Armin Van Buuren. Welcome to Insomniac Radio. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks.
Yeah, feeling good?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a busy weekend. EDC week is always crazy, as we know. I'm just pinching myself, you know.
Yeah?
I just arrived here, and we're sitting in such an iconic spot right
Yes.
now. And I remember the first EDC Vegas years and years ago. I was very happy to be part of that. I was just telling the hosts who brought us here, like, it feels like a dream. You know, this
Yes.
is like literally like standing here with that temperature is perfect. There's no wind. You see 100,000 people having the best time of their lives. I mean, it feels like a dream. You know,
Yeah.
it's really for me as a DJ, but also as a person. You know, as a human being, it's just so surreal. You can't really explain it to somebody in words.
No, you can't.
You have to be here to experience that. I mean, yeah.
It's my first EDC Las Vegas.
It is.
the
So how is
first-
it for you?
The first day, I said literally what just came out of your mouth. I was like, this is not real life. This is a dream. It's just the craziest.
Well, you know, a lot
feeling.
of people ask me, like, what's your favorite festival? And I always say, I can't answer that question because every festival has such a character of its own.
Of course.
You know, and this one is so, like, under the electric sky. Like, there's a vibe here that you can only really feel it once you've been here, you know? And
Yeah.
it's unique.
And you're gonna make the vibes even more immaculate.
Hopefully, fingers
Because
crossed.
your set is coming up very soon. Do you have any surprises for your set? I'm sure you do.
Always, yeah.
Anything you can hint to us?
No, I'm bringing a few guests on stage. I have a few new tracks, of course, I'm premiering. But also, I realized how many people are here just to celebrate life and celebrate
Yes.
music. So I also am going to play some of my big hits because the fans are here to experience some of my big tracks. I'm making a little appearance at somebody else's DJ set.
Ooh.
I can't say who.
I was like, blink once if it's.
I think people who've been watching my sets lately, they can do the math.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a celebration, you know, hanging out with other DJs, supporting each other. For people who are not regularly backstage at these festivals, the greatest thing is that, in general, DJs support each other massively.
Correct.
Whether it's, I don't know, Steve Aoki or Martin Garrix or Afrojack, we all know each other, we all hang out with each other, we come and support each other, and it's just amazing.
As someone who has been around for, you know, a great amount of time, but is still killing it, how do you always keep your sets fresh and kind of different so that your fans are always excited to see you?
That's a very interesting question. Maybe I would have answered that question 10 years ago in a different way, but right now I would say, I think the most important is that I found out through experience is that the most important thing is that I have to have a good time. If I'm feeling the tune, if I'm having a great time, I can also sell it, you know, to my listeners. So I think the most important thing is just to dig into that heart and, like, am I connecting with this? What's happening right now in my studio? Is this something I'm feeling? As a lot of people know, I've been going through a lot of positive things in my life with mental health and stuff. Picked up meditation. I'm in the gym every day. I completely quit alcohol. I never did drugs. I'm completely sober wherever I go. I'm way more focused, and you know, also being a father of two and a lovely wife, family life has brought me good, and I'm trying to find a balance between my family life, my personal life, and my life on the road. And that has actually helped my production work because I'm so much more focused, if you know what I mean. I have this routine every day, and I'm in the studio at 10:30 feeling so fresh, you know, feeling so focused. Whether like 10 years ago, for example, I would be in bed till like 1 p.m. and hang out, and then not really starting production until the evening. And that was I don't regret that. I mean, it's been a wonderful time, but I'm so much more focused. So that really helps me with creating music and just, you know, being on the ball. You know?
Do you think that there's a difference between being more present and being focused, or what's that situation been like since now that you are more health conscious, I would say?
I think one of my morning practices is doing the meditation, and I don't know, for people who are into meditating, it's very much about being in the moment. I really noticed how my mind always drifts. You know, like, I need to prepare this set, or I need to prepare this studio session, or I'm not always here. And now, thanks to my meditation, I try to be in the moment more. I don't want to sound too vague, but it just really helps me to really enjoy myself and be more focused. Okay, where do I want to go? For example, when I'm in the studio, am I really vibing with this track? Is this where I want to go?
Has this way of life changed your pre-performance rituals, if you have any?
I think my pre-performance rituals are not so much on the event. I've already done them. Sleep is a lot of, trust me, you won't even believe this, but I can actually be very lazy.
I don't see that for you.
Yeah,
That's so interesting. Okay.
Well, I learned also that I can't be working 24/7. So I really need to have a few days off. And those days off actually recharge me for the days I am on fire. And actually my trainer, I have a trainer who's, I thought he was going to put me into the gym for 4 hours a day. But he was like, the first thing he said, how much do you sleep? I'm like, what? What are you saying? It's like sleep is such an essential thing. So I try to be very, very strict with myself with my sleeping schedule. I'm constantly traveling through time zones, which puts a strain on your body. So eating very nutritious food is super important, but sleep is probably the most important thing right now for me.
I need to work on that one. Definitely not sleeping a lot this weekend, but you know, this is a rare situation.
I think this is, maybe EDC week is the exception, right?
Yeah, you're like, maybe I'm not gonna do that. I won't tell my trainer that.
Exactly.
You've, been collaborating with so many different artists throughout your career. Is there any artists that you could think of right now that you want to collaborate with?
Most of my tracks I'm making them on the piano. I would love to work with somebody like from the classical world, maybe Ludovico Einaudi or something like that. I'm hugely inspired by his work. Chris Martin from Coldplay, of course, is my hero. I'm a big Coldplay fan. I mean, I have a big list of people that I would love to work with, but at the end of the day, you can work with the biggest artists in the world, but the people want to vibe to a song. You know, it's always about the song that's relevant. I mean, one of my biggest tracks I ever did was This Is What It Feels Like, and that was with Trevor Guthrie, who was from Soul Decision, a boy band, but they were not known outside of, maybe US and Canada. Not a lot of people knew who Trevor Guthrie was, so that proves my point that you need to have a good song. And you can work with the biggest artist or somebody who has a lower name or something. It's all about the song in the end.
If you weren't a DJ, what would you be? What would be your occupation?
I actually finished my law degree, so I guess I'd be a lawyer or something. I actually worked in a law firm for 6 months.
How was that?
Interesting. Let's just say that, I finished my law degree just to please my parents, I guess, a little bit. It wasn't for me, really, but I'm glad I finished it. I'm glad I have a master's degree. I'm glad I have something to fall back on, but I guess I don't really need to fall back on law.
Yeah, I think you're good. I think you're good right now.
But honestly, it helped my career tremendously. Not necessarily for the actual knowledge, but kind of the work ethic. And when I set up my company, I had to learn all about, company structure, tax laws, and all that. So it really didn't hurt that I knew something of it when I started my own business.
My biggest fear in life is going to jail for tax evasion and not even knowing what I did.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, adulting is so hard.
I think the most important you realize, something my mother taught me, she said, like, if you're a good person, you're open and honest. We all make mistakes, but that's okay. You're not going to be thrown in jail if you have, I see in your eyes that you have good intentions, so I wouldn't be worried about it.
All right. I mean, if Armin Van Buuren says we don't need to worry about tax evasion, then we're good. Armin, thank you so much for sitting down with us. I know you're very busy. Excited to catch your set. Back to all of the action at EDC Las Vegas 2025.